Hello. So yesterday was the Clarity Act markup. So I decided to make a video about it to see how this will influence the Bitcoin. So let's have a look about the Clarity Act to understand what is it. So this is the congress.gov. I tried to extract the legislation from uh, the bill from the website. I found it that it's 257 pages, so I didn't take enough time to read all of it, but I have summarized some points out of it just to understand what are we talking about here. So the U.S. Senate Banking Committee is making up the Digital Asset Market Clarity Act. Okay, the act aims to end regulation by enforcement by establishing a statutory framework that divides oversight between the Securities and Exchange Commission. So the point is to and the SEC and the CFTC. So it's organizing the purpose of this act is to organize the cryptocurrencies between the SEC and CFTC to say who handles what. This is the main target of this law. So it's not legalizing the Bitcoin or Ethereum or anything. Okay. There was a previous law to legalize the stable coins only. This one is to organize the new asset, which is the cryptocurrency market between the SEC and CFTC. So the three-tier classification it has classified the investments in this um, horizon into three subdivisions or divisions. Investment contract assets belongs to SEC. Example for it: tokens and altcoins. Sorry, it's yeah, there's a mistake here. Okay, and tokenized securities, digital commodities related to CFTC. Example for it: Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Solana, permitted payment stablecoins. Okay, and this has common jurisdiction between the SEC and CFTC. Okay, regulatory responsibilities. So CFTC expansion, the CFTC gains exclusive jurisdiction over the spot and cash markets for digital commodities. All brokers, exchanges, and dealers must register at the CFTC. So if you would like to open a brokerage for cryptocurrency, so you have to go to the CFTC, not the SEC. SEC refinement: the SEC retains authority over the initial offerings and investments contract assets, but must allow broker dealers and national exchanges to trade and custody digital commodities. Stable preemption: the Act preempts many state level laws regarding the sale of the digital asset and federally registered firm and move designed to create a single national standard. Okay, so the purpose of this law is to organize the work of SEC and CFTC when it comes to dealing with the crypto market. So let's have a look at the. This is not officially a law yet. Okay, it's still a bill. Okay, so this is the timeline for the law. So on July 17th, 2025, the House passed its version of Digital Asset Market Clarity Act. Then between 2025 and then in 20, a parallel committee drafts developed to define jurisdictional boundaries between SEC and CFTC. 2026, the Senate Banking Committee yesterday, they advanced the bill, moving it forward for Senate floor vote. Then in Q2, Q3, targeted will go to the Senate to vote on it. Then after that, the president should sign it. Here is from the official phases from the official website for the Congress. First introduction, which was last year. passed House, which was yesterday. Then Senate passed Senate. It will go to for voting for the Senate. Then the president should sign it or object it. So the president has the right to sign the law after it passes Senate, or to object, say there's something wrong with this law. I need to return back to the Senate to check on it. Then after the president signs it, it became a law. Okay. When will these three phases happen? We don't know yet for sure. So this is the general idea for the Clarity Act. How did this influence the markets? Yesterday, we have seen the Bitcoin went parabolic as they were speaking and discussing and voting the act. Then after that, like, okay, those who bought here said it's okay. That's it. Okay, let's sell. Then they are starting now to liquidate their positions. This is the hourly chart, and we see that here that the price has formed somehow something between um, bullish trend line here and somehow symmetric triangle at the end of this bullish line. One, two, three tops have touched this the top of this triangle, accompanied with a trend line coming back from 13th of April. So it has been like more than a month in a bullish trend now. Even before that, and starting from the very early beginning of the for April, so it's 1.5, like 6 weeks bullishness in the Bitcoin, uninterrupted bullishness. Now the price is in a critical, very critical point. It will burst this triangle during the next week, either mm, going to go parabolic, bullish, or retrace strongly from this point, right? Let's look at the bigger picture. Let's move to the 4-hour chart. Here, as we can see on the bigger scale, on a bigger scale of 4-hour chart, we'll see that the price is forming slowly a rising wedge, okay, between those two lines. If you have, and the price is over all of the moving averages. If you move to the daily chart, you will find that the price is barely touching the 200 moving average, which is the most important level on in the charts. The 200 moving averages guy is very, very important indicator. So I have talked about the bigger picture here, the weekly, and the comparison between this period and that period. I'm not going to repeat this again. Go back one or two videos prior to this video, because I don't want to make it very long. So in conclusion, what I would like to say that is, it's very unwise, okay, to take a long-term trade between these two lines. So either to wait for the price to break the 200 moving average on the daily chart, or and disrupts that rising wedge, or to go bearish and break the rising wedge, and then we'll go basically to the previous support level here at the 65 area. It's That's what I would like to say. This is the message, that it's going to be very choppy here between the two lines, um, and it's very unwise to take a trade here on the long term. Probably you would like to take a short-term scalping trade. It's okay, but for the long-term purpose, on the internet now, on the YouTube, you can see that there's a lot of polarity between those who are saying, as usual, that the price is going to the moon, the price is going to go parabolic, 2 million, no, 2 million, and that's Quake, and those are, and the others who are saying that it's going to go lower to the 50s area. Me personally, I see that it's very unwise to take a decision from this point. Either it's going to break this line or that line, then from uh, and therefore I'm going to make my mind to go long or short. It's so the message here. This is all about profit. It's not about the and I've talked about prior to that about this style. I said don't fall in love with the asset. I don't love Bitcoin. I don't love Euro Dollar. I don't love Nvidia. I care about making money, and that's it. I have talked prior to that about, if you have watched the shorts on my video, which is very important to subscribe to this channel because it's very very beneficial, and you're going to learn a lot from it. I have mentioned the expanding wedge here in the US dollar CAD, and I have entered here. Actually, I have made this much profit. Okay, I'm still bullish on it. And if you have listened to my advice, but by not falling in love with an asset, because I know some guys are just fond of Bitcoin, thinking that Bitcoin is something different other than any other assets. It's only charts and drawings. I don't care what is the name or the title of the price. All I care about is making money. So don't fall in love with the asset, okay? And search for alternatives. If the Bitcoin now is not profitable, find an alternative. And I gave an example. I have posted on my YouTube channel this trade in the shorts. I said it's going to be long from here, and it happened already. Okay, and of course I'm posting these just for educational purpose. Do your math before you make your mind. Thank you very much, and waiting for your comments in the comment box. Thank you.